Hey guys, quick break. In addition to the first MPO feature card, we are also producing the second MPO feature card this week and next week in Krakow. The full rounds will be available through our YouTube Premium subscription. If you want to support us and also enjoy some more content, go check it out.
Hello and welcome, fellow disc golf enthusiasts from around the world, back to MDG Media. This is Round 1 Front 9 FPO feature card coverage of the 2025 PCS Open here in Vestnes, Norway. Slightly north on the west coast, tons of wind, a little bit of rain on and off, but more importantly, tons of amazing players and great coverage. I'm Connor Wood, and with me, Mr. Andrew Gum.
Great to be here at this beautiful place. Fjord views are amazing. And yeah, great people, great pro shop. Check the merch, great merch available on MDG Media shop there. Check that out. Lots of goods, Whale Apparel hooking it up, beautiful things.
You know it, we get to our first reigning defending champion here. Kristin Lätt, sponsored by Latitude 64, came second in last week's European Disc Golf Championships. Always a front runner in the FPO field.
Yeah, we have Iida, Emilie, Nesse. Sponsored by Innova Discs. She's on the practice round this week with the Battle of Iidas. Great to have Norway represented here.
You mentioned the Battle of the Iidas. Here we have Lehtomäki from Finland, sponsored by Innova. Really talented young player. Andrew, I believe just 15 years old and crushing the disc.
Yeah, super skilled. We also have one of the legends of the game, future Hall of Famer, 5-time world champion Paige Pierce, Discraft sponsored player, out here to Europe, and she had a bit of misfortune here, I guess, in the past, and great to see her coming back to try it again. We'll get it started out on hole 1 here. This beautiful par 3, 112 meters. Absolutely gorgeous views with the fjords in the background. You got the Mando to beat on the right. You got that giant basket on the left that's nice for optics. You're turning left to right, kind of gently for the FPO basket there that you see right past the rocks. OB lurking there on the left side. Can be windy out here on the wild west coast of Norway, so that's always a factor, especially this one's kind of up high a little bit on the elevation, so you can kind of sometimes feel it breezing pretty strong, even though today was just perfect conditions, gorgeous weather out there. Slight breeze.
PCS Open 2025 presented by Innova, Øverås Diskgolf Park, feature card FPO. First on tee from THRU, Estonia, Latitude 64, winner PCS Open 2023. Give some noise for Kristin Lätt.
Kristin historically has performed well in Norway. It's rare that she's not performing well anywhere. And this season has no finishes below second place, has been first or second in every single event she has played in 2025. Beautiful forehand drive into the green.
U.S. women's?
From Espeland, Norway.
But yeah, she's having a great season for sure, absolutely. And she's a defending champion, so.
Iida, Emilie, Nesse.
Iida also with a fantastic weekend. Last week was your juniors FPO champion at EDGC. We see this shot a little bit nose up. The wind fades it, but a beautiful kick off the metal. I saw that green flag in person and didn't understand how.
That was
Fortunate break for Iida.
a miracle.
Iida, Lähtomäki.
Yeah, it's Nesse's favorite course, and she got some love from it right back there off the
Scaffolding?
yeah,
really?
metal scaffolding over there that separates holes 1 and 2, and just Perfect bounce. Iida Lättomäki going backhand. Nice smooth form out of her. Turning right. Can it come out at the end of it? Decent, but a little bit far right.
Pensacola, Florida, United States. Team Discgolf. Nice to have her back here again at Øverås. Give some noise for Paige Pierce.
Pretty cool looking signature jersey there for Paige.
Going with the backhand. Pretty turned over.
And Andrew, in fact, that late release missed the Mando.
Oh, no.
Right at the start of the hole. She will proceed to the drop zone, which we see here. By no means easy.
You don't see that Mando miss too often. It's pretty generous, I would say. It's more just for safety to keep people off the road over there because there's a road, and if you were trying to go with the wide hyzer on the right side, so
it forces them to that left to right shape on what could otherwise be a very traditional stock hyzer shot, and a rare miss. And
routine up
Nesse,
there.
Cleanly to the green. Lättomäki now looking downhill. This is just about speed control.
She decides to lay it up. There is Obi behind there. First hole of the tournament. Not ready to go at this point yet. Kristin with the birdie to get things going. Had a birthday yesterday. Congratulations. Bouncing back after a playoff loss there at the European Championships. Incredibly dramatic. If you haven't watched that, go back and check it out. That was really fun to follow on MDG Media.
And just like that, hole one for our feature card, giving a mixed bag. One birdie for Kristin, pars for the Iidas, and the bogey for Paige. We kick off round one of the PCS Open.
Decent crowd out there. Norwegian fans are very enthusiastic about disc golf.
Here we are on hole two, an uphill par 3 at 91 meters. You have a left to right shaping shot. You initially want something that goes straight and ends softly to the right. However, given that dramatic left to right slope, something like a forehand is not really advisable. I think this shapes most purely for the backhand turnover that finds some late stability. You want to stick the green and find your putt. Very common for players to err to the left side near that rock wall.
Yeah, statistically easiest hole on the course. Coming in at 2.75 average.
That one finding the tree line. We go now to Iida, Emilie, Nesse. And great delivery to the green. Hits it pure. Checks up right where you want it. She is in the circle. We see now Lättomäki.
Solid shot from Iida, Paige. Oh, excuse me, Iida. Bear with us, folks.
Iida with the great shot. We go now to Paige's second. She's battling her way up these fairways, but pretty unforgiving results here. Still well far of the basket.
Paige's approach leaves a little bit of work left there. Circle's edge. Kind of a scary putt with the down-sloping green. The rocks in the wall there, we'll catch them, but they can roll you down to C2 for sure. Pitch up.
We see Nesse now. A chance at the birdie. And just shy. Fortunate to see that settle off the cage. Anything that catches edge will quickly disappear on you. A nice bogey save from Paige, all things considered. Once she made it to the green, the job was done.
Yeah, going through the routine there, getting the birdie. And pars there. Paige with the pretty slow start here. Moving on to hole 3, par 3, 91-meter straight shot with a low ceiling. OB lining the right side and left side if you go up on that hill too far after the... There you see it, yep. It's got a really nice shape to it. I mean, just classic disc golf hole, straight through the woods, pipe the dream, get it up there, skip it, slide it, whatever you can do to get yourself a look for birdie. Really nice hole here. This is a new one, I believe. Pretty good fun.
I really like this hole. The danger along the right side keeps players honest, but if you get far enough, the right side opens up. You can throw anything from a flex to a hyzer flip, forehand or backhand, although given that the left side is the most favorable mistake to make, great kick for Lehtomäki there.
Tree love.
A lot of players with the right-handed backhand will just throw something on a hyzer shape. That rightwards movement is really the only initial danger.
Kristin seems to be hyzering out a little early. Can she get some love too? She does. Wow. That was a really good kick from the rock. And slide through there. Check out the merch. Really good quality stuff.
Nesse looking to play a bit of a turnover, but as I mentioned, it's really common to see players lean to the left over the right, given the danger. It's the best way to mitigate the risks. Paige, however, says, I'll take it right down the middle. Gets it just a touch long, but pinpoint accuracy, hitting the front mound of the green is exactly what you want to do. And she did just that.
Very well done. Forehand approach for Nesse. Nice one. Edge of the bullseye. Should be an easy par.
Oh, ooh, that one hurts a little bit of funky behavior of the chains right there. That looked pretty center and low.
Looked in. Sometimes when they're low like that, they'll catch the back edge of the disc from the nubs and kind of get rejected that way. That might have been the case. Couldn't really quite tell, but either way, that's a pretty harsh reality and bad feeling for Paige. Looking to get birdie bounce back after a couple of bogeys.
And I will say, to be honest, for the fans at home, the rounds I saw and played leading up to this event, a lot of bounce backs off the pole. Something to keep in mind. These greens have been a little bit dangerous for the players, but all things considered, no damage done for our feature card.
Interesting. Yeah, Iida and Kristin off to great starts. 2 down. There you see Anneli Togias-Manista. 3 down through 6. Really hot start. Evelina also doing well.
Welcome to our instructional disc golf series. If you're ready to take that next step, you've come to the right place. Before we get started on any techniques, I just want to put it out there. There's no substitute for time. Every technique we work on in this series, it's going to require you getting some reps in the field, taking that skill to the course, and putting in the time to have an effective use of those new techniques. Good luck, and it's going to be fun.
Here we are on hole 4. 84-meter par 3, another fantastic hole. You have this initial tunnel. You want to throw something straight to slightly overstable on this hole. Anything that comes short into the rock wall will find itself OB in that small pond. There is no drop zone this year, so you play it where you cross. Ideally, you have something that goes pretty significantly left to mitigate that danger, and ideally high enough. So as a result, a lot of players will likely disc up a bit for what they might normally throw at 84 meters.
2.8 average. Like you said, got to get the height at the very end of it. This looks really good. Swooping hyzer. Gets a little hot on the green. She'll have a scary putt coming back, but inside the circle, I believe.
And a common result, given that disc up plus height requirement I mentioned, a lot of players will fire either left or long of the pin. Kristin just so smooth, slowing down right in time, just outside bullseye.
Such good touch to get it to check up nicely like that at the end. You do see some of them go long. Wanted to make sure they get the power to get it up over that hill. You don't want to be down, you know, hit that rock wall and end up in the OB. That's kind of the main mistake you can't really make on this one. I guess you'd rather have more speed than not enough and more height than not enough.
And Paige now has yet to secure her first birdie of the round with that unfortunate spit out on 3. That one will get her inbounds, but with a very difficult par putt.
It's generally pretty forgiving on the early releases there. You end up kind of able to just pitch up the hill for a par in most cases.
Holes 3 and 4 are pretty favorable for that inside left release. Paige trying to go for it. Swings it by.
Oh, nice putt there.
Complete confidence from Nesse, looking at that death putt, OB and drop off behind, a near certainty that that goes into the pond if she missed. Lehtomäki from a slightly different angle, very much still a dangerous putt. Laser focused and laser delivery.
Ooh. Great putts here. 3 down. Turkey time for Iida, Lehtomäki. Kristin looking to get a birdie of her own right here. Gets it done.
Both Lätt and Lehtomäki putting a champion level pace 3 under through the first 4.
Moving on to hole 5, par 3, 89 meters, downhill through the gates of Valhalla. Perhaps the signature hole of the entire European swing, maybe. A very fun hole to play, especially with the backdrop that you see, the fjords, the mountains, the sea. Nice, you know, little drop shot. Anybody can reach this. Really fun to empty your bag on. Shout out for that cool ace we saw in video from Sullivan Tipton earlier this week. It's kind of a dream ace, really. It's a great hole. You know, there's 2 drop zones. If you missed the Mando, you can pick right or left. I like that feature. They did that at USDGC a few years back with the gate hole there. But yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on this one? This is a gorgeous, really beautiful hole to play.
An aesthetic hole that opens up a lot of possibilities for the throwers. Lehtomäki, I believe, sneaking by the wrong side of that Mando, although she's pretty much parked, does not make it through. I really like this hole because it allows you to throw backhand, forehand, understable, overstable. Really, it's a shooter's choice. The priority is keep it low, keep it down the middle, and ideally over those rocks, although Lätt does not get the friendly skip over them. It's just a hole that forces you to be accurate, and personally, I think that's what disc golf is all about, Andrew.
Yeah, it's a great one. Got to keep that nose down. This looks like a really good example of that. It hits the koozie. Nesse on point.
So smooth.
Great highlight there.
Another very attackable birdie chance for Paige here.
She's usually really good at these ones. That seems to be... Oh, okay. Saved by the rock.
Yeah, it looked pretty dangerous out of the hand, but relying on that understability, she does, in fact, find inbounds. Something really interesting that I've heard a lot of players mention about this hole. A lot of players will throw overstable, but in fact, that gives you way more skips than landing something understable on a turnover through the gap, which will traditionally land flat without a skip. So if you have it, I think the understable play is perhaps a little bit more safe, but the overstable shots may be easier, an interesting dynamic. We go now to Paige. A long downhill putt. Does she want this, or will she simply lay it up?
Seems like she wanted it. Comes up a bit short and right. Here we see that drop zone on the left side. And she's just laying that up. Taking the 4. Can be kind of a birdie or bogey hole, although we do see, you know, quite a few of them come up short with that rock wall, stop them from sliding, and then you get quite a few pars that way. Averaging,
very solid comebacker. What is it average, Andrew?
Averaging 3.28. So 18% birdies. Only 6 OBs. That's pretty good.
Pretty solid.
Pretty good accuracy off the tee from the FPO field.
It's not the longest hole. It's pretty downhill, which means that nose angle is going to be the most important part of the release to get right. But given the size and also the fact that if you hit the trees early enough, even if you really misrelease or you're playing the hyzer and go a bit too wide, you'll often even fall before the Mando. Not too many OBs, I understand that one, just over par. Here we are on hole 6, a 192 meter par 4. We have this initial tee shot, softly downhill. You have a straight to left fading shot. A lot of players will try to throw quite high in order to move left, but you need to give it a really good pump. Otherwise, you find that left side OB. Most players will land somewhere around here, which will leave them with a pinched and very particular shot into this green with a steep left to right. We have an exciting new thing here going on MDG. There is a discount code for discs at MDG shop. You can use code Paige's Path for 33% off the purchase. Only the first person to use that code is going to have that, and we'll give you another code in the next video.
That's a fun new feature. Don't forget the apostrophe. Who's going to get it first? Get those goodies. Save some money. Yeah, this, of course, is the site of Paige's accident a couple years back that held her out of the sport for some time. And nice drive there. Over there on the left side is good. Pretty good power.
The fans can save some money using the code. Iida, Emilie, and Nesse may be making some money with some shots like that. Really beautiful. Kristin as well, a fantastic pump. That's the height I was mentioning there, allowing you to swing way far left, opening up your angle into the green significantly makes your life much easier. If you're too far right on the tee shot, you have to throw over the trees, which is a huge difference in power and accuracy compared to having a straight look low through the gap.
Paige gets caught up about halfway to the landing zone. Lättömäki looking to bounce back from that bogey. Still 2 under for the round, so right up there near the top. Big hyzer. That'll work. Or no, she pushed it too far and it skipped out of bounds there on the left side. Yeah, like you said, you want to be left, but of course you can't go too left.
It comes into play to go really far left. You have to also throw really far in distance straight. We see from this angle, Paige has little to no entrance to the green. She's simply laying up. We hope for her sake she walks around the land on the side and not over that fateful bridge, which well and truly, I think, changed the trajectory of her career, if we're being honest. But she's here, she's playing, and we're happy to see her back in the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Very nice. I like this conservative approach because even from before that pond, you can't even have a good putt for the par save from there. So I appreciate that she doesn't take on additional risk after the OB and will simply take a longer chance at the par save.
Ooh, saved by the trees there, I think. That looked like it might have been heading to the pond. She's happy about it. Kristin in prime position to just flick a forehand shot up here.
It's exactly where you want to be off the tee, but not exactly what you want for the second shot. None of our competitors accessing the green in 2. While a little bit surprising, I think, not particularly uncommon. This hole does have its dangers, no doubt. And Kristin, that's the long bid we were touching on there. Lättömäki with an even better angle from her layup. Certainly one that they will attack from here. But that Anheuser angle, maybe that was just a layup. She's conceding the bogey. There's little to no danger to run this, but...
Look at that optics there. Paige's path framed up with Paige running a long putt there. Nice moment. Good work from the camera crew.
That discount code might be floating out there ready for you to use at this exact moment.
Get on it.
Who's got the fast fingers, we'll find out. Iida also up to the green with just some short tap-ins now left on hole 6. No birdies to be found for the feature card.
3 down for the round from Kristin. Super solid start. Even though she kind of, came out early on that approach. It looked like she was going to get another birdie, but everyone's going to settle for pars. There were no birdies on this hole today from the FPO field, so pretty tough one. 4.6 average, fourth most difficult.
Hey guys, quick pause. A lot of people are involved in this project. Our goal is to grow the sport and share it with as many people as possible. So if you want to support us, subscribe to the channel, like and comment the videos if you like them, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. It seems small, but it really helps us keep creating free content on YouTube. Enjoy the video.
Moving on to hole 7. This is a par 4, 150 meters. Really nice looking hole here. You want to, I guess, make sure you don't get caught up on these right side trees first of all, and then if you can, you'd like to fade out a little bit over to the left to open up the second shot. Ideal landing zone, I'd say, would be right about here on your left, and then it begins to wind its way first right and then back sort of straight or left a little, and you'll see this elevated basket. OB on that right side really does come into play quite often, so you got to be aware of that. It also does wrap around the backside if you go too far. That's not as common, but possible as well. I like this one a lot. This has got a really nice shape to it, I think.
This is a classic par 4. Exactly what disc golf is meant to be. Crafting lines through the woods, rewarding accuracy, having specific landing zones that will ease your way on the next shot. We saw quite a good tee shot there. We got a Kristin opting for the forehand flex. This shapes most naturally for this initial shot shape. You just need enough distance to beat the corner, and she has more than enough. That will leave her with a simple backhand hyzer. Shop now on mdgmedia.eu/shop.
Yeah, buy 4, get 1 free. That's a great deal. You don't even need a promo code for that, so that's happening all day, all the time. Just get on it, get some goods for yourself. They got some really good discs for sale.
We're giving it away here on MDG, celebrating this fantastic season. Discs, merch, discount codes, great shots by the Iidas.
Yeah, and shout out to Benjamin Dupre for building that website up so nice. Get out and check it out. It looks good and lots of great stuff available.
Benji the grinder, working behind the scenes for you all. We go now to the upshots into the green. We have first Lehtomäki, an up and down scorecard at this point. No pars in the last 5 holes. She gets a little tickle of the branch, but slides her way into circle 1. Applause from the crowd as we see Nesse now.
Yeah, looking to craft a backhand with a little bit of stability at the end. Can it skip and slide? It sure does. Very nice shot there.
And it's incredible, the young FPO talent coming out of Europe right now. We see Paige shaping a flex, has this one a little bit underturned and punished additionally by the tree kick into the left. It's pretty rough in there.
Jailhouse. Kristin's new clothing line looks really good.
Great coordination, some very cool flowy designs, and I think that's the sort of thing you like to see from an athlete who sort of transcends the sport to grow their brand, to solidify themselves in the industry. Really cool to see disc golf rising to the level where we have these athletes.
Yeah, great to have, you know, disc golf specific sportswear available. Wayo Apparel doing a great job of that as well.
Paige still not quite getting to the comfortable spot she would like to be. Kristin now with the long look over the top. Not particularly close there either, but takes a stab at it. We go to Paige.
Great putt. Big par save. Keeping it together. Still +2 for the round, but that was a big confidence boosting putt right there.
She's been solid on the greens. She's just having trouble getting there reliably. Lähtomäki. Great delivery on that birdie putt into the chains. I think her game is just so well-rounded. Doesn't look like any nerves here today on camera. Just smooth play, pure confidence. And maybe that practice round of the Battle of the Iidas on MDG giving her a bit of comfort in front of the cameras before this game day.
Yeah, that was a great experience for both these young players. Super technically sound, both of them. And getting very valuable experience in these, you know, big moments like that.
We see it reflected in the scores as well. Hole 8 now for our FPO players. This 88-meter par 3 is a pretty pure tunnel shot, straight to softly right ending. You can throw a backhand turnover, you can throw a forehand hyzer flip. What's most important is that you hit the gap and try to slide on up this hole, averaging an exact 3. We see Nesse now. 3 birdies in the last 4. Momentum on her side. Tied second at 3 under. I know she's really comfortable at throwing these backhand turnovers. Absolutely fantastic stuff.
Yeah, as you said, 3.00 average. That's pretty rare. Yeah, but I feel like it's a pretty good score separator anyway, though. I mean, we're seeing a wide range of results.
Lehtomäki getting caught up on the right side. Lätt using the width a little bit more. Slides on up even long. Paige keeping this one lower. And that turn happening a little bit too quick in the flight. She kicks back to the left, but funnels back to center fairway. That will be enough for her for a birdie look. Lättömäki now looking to scramble. An important shot here to try and not have compounding errors, but she goes from the right side rough into the left side. A tight window now to find this putt. And she's just shy on the early left.
Paige, deep C2 look. Just wide right.
Kristin. Chains in her eyes.
Ooh, perfect putt. Really good focus there. 4 down, clean sheet. Great start to try to defend her title here at the PCS Open.
Paige has been quite comfortable on the green so far. Just a little bit uncomfortable off the tee. With that putt, retains her streak of pars here. Currently at 2 over, is losing in pace to the other 3 players on her card, but very much still in the mix this early in the tournament. +2 is not too bad. With a back 9 coming up, she could easily fight her way under par, and anything from -2 downwards keeps you absolutely in the mix.
All right, moving on to hole 9. Newly fresh cut hole in the woods, par 4, 142 meters. Got to beat this Mando here on the right side. First of all, move a little bit. I guess it's pretty straight for the FPO, and then try to find some landing zone here. After that, yeah, you know, you're looking at a pretty tough up shot. A lot of trees in the way. You know, do whatever you can to work your way up to the basket. 4.8 average, kind of a controversial hole. We've heard a lot of talk about how it's maybe not quite ready, but yeah, definitely something there to.
I think the shape is pretty unique. You see shots from players that you don't see very often in other holes, and at the end of the day, it's a par 4 that is very short for what it is, but is definitely demanding. You can shoot anything from a 3 to a 6 on this hole pretty easily. It can happen quickly, but yes, the players, there's a lot of discussion around hole 9, given the possibilities of how to play it, what it requires from the player, the sorts of landing zones and rough that players would like to find. And as an addition to this year's tournament, it has been quite the talk here in Västerås this weekend.
Definitely an interesting one, causing some backups, causing a lot of discussion. Yeah, and as you said, you know, a lot of score separation. So, and yeah, the Mando really doesn't come into play on this FPO tee at all.
And that from Paige is exactly where you would like to be, maybe 5 meters further, but that will open up her angle into the green. That is roughly where you would like to land for Lättomäki. Not getting the ground play. She catches the grass before the wood chips. Had it been just a meter higher and she catches the chips, she would have skipped an additional 5 or so meters. Punished a little bit by the height there.
Kristin's forehand shaped so nice. Look at this coming in.
Wow.
World class. Dropping on a dime next to the basket from where she was. That was almost unbelievable. Not a whole lot of players can do that. Masterclass forehand shot. Ooh, and a nice backhand standstill here from Lättomäki. Didn't get all the way to the basket, but pretty good effort from being a little bit pinched off. Paige working the right side gap. She's going to have a putt for it.
Controlled that disc through her words, told it to go right. It listened. We see now Nesse shaping the forehand as well so nicely. Catches a tree, but may have even been in her favor. That green is very quick on the downslope if you come in fast.
Very good approach.
Shout out to the VIPs out there enjoying this PCS Open spectator experience.
Yeah, if you haven't been to see live disc golf, I would fully recommend it. It can be a life-changing experience to get up close and personal with these pros. Very approachable, still, these high-level athletes. And the quality of play that you'll see is really inspirational.
One of the only sports where you can get that close, as you mentioned, Andrew, up and personal with the pros. Even the chance to talk to them, probably not during their round, but amazing putt from Paige. But before and after the round, they're there, they're present, they engage with the community. And I think that's part of what makes European disc golf so amazing, is the community, is the camaraderie, and is the experience. We see Nesse now.
Yeah, well said, and great putt from Paige. Getting a highlight. Iida trying to match, but quite high, a little bit wide. Gets a little bit of action off the top of the basket, and she's going to have a long-looking comebacker here.
But uphill, she can give it the full bid.
3-putt there for Nesse. As we see Lättomäki approaching her lie. I like how focused she always is, and she takes her time with her routine. Even these shorties, she's not going to let one slip by. She's going to aim, execute. Super skilled, but also, yeah, very focused.
And as we look to close out this front nine, we've seen Lättomäki fall back just a few strokes. Kristin and Nesse, both of them storming ahead in first and second place, respectively.
5 down for Kristin.
Pretty smooth, bogey-free so far. That's what we'd like to see. A bit of a roller coaster for our other players here. But some incredible coverage on a fun course. We say it every weekend, but it's because it is true. This is the Disc Golf Pro Tour Europe. Every stop is on amazing courses with amazing athletes, and we bring you this coverage from our hearts. Everyone behind the scenes, the camera people, the viewers, us in the booth. It's just, we can't ask for more, Andrew.
It's a ton of fun to watch this coverage. The player experience at this event is superb. Everything is really nice here in Norway. Please come and check it out if you ever get the chance. And keep watching MDG Media. Like, subscribe, join the Patreon. Check out the goods, do everything you got to do, and we'll see you on the back nine.